I would like to open it up for any questions. If anybody has questions of anybody who's spoke tonight, or of Gwendolyn or Jennifer or myself about experiences, we'd love to answer them, and otherwise we'll adjourn to the food and drinks.
And then
Questions? Yes, Rob.
when you talk about the village.
Well, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Trust me, we will. Okay, Rob.
Yeah, you've done a great job, man. This is an achievement. It wasn't apparent until I got here that you actually pulled together a community, and it's a dynamic. It's changing all the time. New people, new programs, new ideas. And it occurred to me to ask the question: what are you doing to make the book a living guide?
It's a good question,
Yeah, that's a good
because it, yeah, that's a good question. Things are changing so much, and I recognize that. Like in the book, there are things that will change very quickly. I mean, I think I would probably answer that in a few ways. So I have a website where we have a lot of, the book has resources in the back, and the website also has resources, and that's where we'll also provide other information. Some of it you can find in the book, but some of it is just new experiences and new families that are sharing their story, and updates to information that the community needs to know about. We're striving to get out and talk to a lot of different Down syndrome associations and other Down syndrome communities to help them be aware of it. And there probably will be future additions just to make sure we provide the right information, because that was really one of the important things that we focused on with the book. Was, it makes no sense to give information that's not accurate or it's antiquated, and things are changing very quickly, and so we want to make sure that we keep that updated so families can pick it up. And I think it's a read through for awareness, but then it's something that hopefully you pull off your bookshelf every once in a while, because hey, my kid's about to turn 18, so what were those things that I needed to think about? And so they need to be accurate, so we'll continue to provide that. Thanks. Sean.
Thank you for the opportunity to meet so many wonderful people that have, it sounds like you're dedicating your lives to helping others, families that have special needs. And it sounds like you really found something special with Marbridge, and that's wonderful, thank God for you guys. But I'm wondering, is there change coming where Marbridge doesn't have to be so unique, where you can find that in more cities?
We would love it.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
a great question. One thing that we're striving to be is not just a facility that serves people with IDD, but a resource to the IDD community. And part of the reason Becca mentioned I got to travel, it was selfishly look at other programs, see what we could glean from best practices, and beyond that, just to see what's out there. Everyone's evolving, of course, Hearts with Marbridge, and I think we do a pretty good job, but some people aren't appropriate. So that's why we get to know as many places as possible. Like there's a niche that we serve. People with higher needs, more profoundly intellectually disabled, require a different sort of residential environment. Will we serve that population in the future? Who knows? How will we expand? So, there are places, unfortunately we're involved in some of those places as they come online, and some of them will model it after the village, serving the more independent client, and some will model, the hardest niche, I think, for programs like ours, life care communities, is to start and operate a nursing home. It's like a nuclear power plant, so regulated, and the reimbursement is, and it's the reimbursement is so low for Medicaid.
We take a $1.5 million hit at a minimum on the villa, and our board of trustees has recognized that it's such a huge asset to the community, and seeing that we all strive to age in place. We plan for our forever home. We plan to have in-home nursing. And why shouldn't Gwendolyn have that same opportunity? And so we keep it within the campus. But we recognize it's going to be a loss, but it's a greater need to the community.
It's part of our mission. Lifelong care is in our mission. So that's up into including end-of-life hospice care. And we're now planning, it's just so many exciting things going on. Our nursing home started in '82, we had it on in '87, added on again in '92, added on again in 2015, and it still has got that kind of an institutional model, hallways with nurses, kind of a hub and spoke, and we're designing now our placement, and we're really looking out of the box and looking at like small nursing homes, like they call them greenhouses, a collection of homes with fewer people in each pod, private rooms, constant staffing, nursing home that you'll see at Marbridge is quite different than any other you see that's elder-based because we have so many activities going on all the time. So it's exciting times. Marcus's program has a dormitory that focuses on folks that need a little more assistance with ADLs, people aging in place. That's going to be a new addition as we move forward too, is replacing that dorm with some more home-like settings and whatnot. So lots of exciting things happen.
It's not that there can't be other opportunities like Marbridge, but a lot of it is the parents' inability to fund and the government's unwillingness to fund.
Yeah.
Scott and I are talking about this afternoon, and everybody's talking about $15 on a minimum wage. You can go to McDonald's, Starbucks is paying $22, but the state of Texas is only willing to provide for support $9.98 for reimbursement for caretakers of your family members, and also for the caretakers, and also for the caretakers of a nursing home.
Okay.
And the turnover is absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah.
And they're willing to put $1.5 million into the ranch to make it successful.
Okay.
And we need state funding for our loving members of special needs, but we also need them for our nursing home.
Yeah. Well, turnover, Mike, does that bring any bells with you?
It's a huge problem. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and so it's just.
Well, the wait time for any government funding is just. I heard from the executive director of the Easter Seals in Houston, 30-year wait.
So, just an idea, Social Security, if you make an SSI application today, we used to get applications pre-COVID, pretty much every 90 to 120 days they'd have an answer back to us. Since COVID, the Social Security Administration has doubled their staff. Most of them are working from home, and it now takes us over a year to get an application approved.
With double the staff?
Double the staff, 4 times as long.
We've heard a lot about where you want to go in the village. What is the village?
I'll let Marcus describe.
So the village for the ranch is it's one of our 3 communities that residents are most independent with the expectations to be as independent as possible within what we provide on campus. The ranch has a little more of a support system, as residents may not be able to navigate some of those day-to-day expectations, whether it's self-care or whether it's from a safety standpoint, whether it's activities that they live in, more prompting and cueing that may be needed to be able to do or initiate. When at the village, the expectation is that they're able to do more of those things with less prompting and cueing to be as successful. The staffing ratio is less, so that means there's an opportunity to fall through that gap a little bit, or to be able to push and show that you can continue to do more in a less supportive environment.
In job training at the village, it's a lot of jobs off campus, so we partner with different places for that. On the ranch, like Gwendolyn has, is an on-campus job. So we balance between the two. That's not saying that ranch folks can't work off campus or village folks can't work on campus, but that tends to be the shift.
So from a visual standpoint, because I've been there, 200 acres. The village looks like a series of duplexes with 6 individuals to the program. All of them have their own individual bedrooms. The ranch looks like a extremely large complex, rooms off it. I'm not going to say like a hotel, but it's got lots of rooms, lots of pods, lots of movement, lots of children. And all in common areas. And they've got, 60 people?
267.
267 people on 200 acres. So, and they also have houses, and they do lots of other jobs and stuff like that. So, just from a visual standpoint, if you've never been there, I wanted to help you
No.
And I'm just wondering,
understand it.
do you have tours allowed?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, and we've got plenty of info, so I've got, folders, the white folders on your way out. Talk about, we host jam sessions every, the first Monday of every month, where you're welcome to come and do an in-depth tour. We provide breakfast, and it's just a lot of fun. You get to engage with residents, the residents share their stories. So absolutely, and we've all got cards, so come check us out. Come see where Gwendolyn lives. Village.
Have Gwendolyn do the tour.
I will, absolutely. If you let me know you were here tonight, we will absolutely bring Gwendolyn in to help with that.
There you go.
This is partway to Dallas, right? Up that way?
The way.
Magic.
It's
Man,
south.
Oh, south.
South.
Yeah.
It's
18 minutes.
18 minutes?
18.
Oh, it's a done deal.
You timed it.
Yep.
What's the intersection, man? Shoot down a lot.
She's reminding you. In case you wanna come back.
1626 and North Spiller. Yeah, you go right down State Highway 45 Southwest and hit it, go to 1826 right there.
You arrange tours on weekends?
We can if we need to. I find that there's much more going on during classes, so during the week's a better time to tour. You can see the classes and all the activities going on. They have activities on the weekend. It's just not as full as during the week.
Gotcha.
And they have tons of opportunity for volunteering.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah. Special Olympics, classes, equine.
Well, please, mingle. No need to run out. We've locked all the doors until all the food and drink is gone. So, thank